I'll give a few minutes for people to chime in. Have my camera over here. See if I can look into my camera. Hello, hello, you guys. It has been a hot minute, right? Since you've seen my beautiful face over here. I know. Hey, I didn't even get a chance to send anything to my list. I don't know if I send anything out. I'll just wait until like after I go live, then I'll have you guys watch the replay. But hey, I was actually trying to go live on my TikTok channel a while ago, very impromptu live, but it would not let me be great. So apparently in Malaysia, for some reason, TikTok picks it up as if you are in Hong Kong. And apparently lives are blocked in Hong Kong, something along that line. So every time I go live on TikTok while I'm here in Malaysia, it kicks me out. In less than 5 minutes, it kicks me off. By the way, if you're joining, hey, hello. Let me see. Oh, hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki B. Hello. Hello, hello. It's been a while since I've been here, right? I missed y'all. And I've been trying to go live on TikTok, like I was saying earlier, but it won't let me be great. I guess because of my location, and it's picking me up as if I'm in Hong Kong, child. So I don't know what's going on with that. I have to do some more research into that, but apparently. But if you are new here, hi, hello. Don't be afraid to jump in and say hi, hello. I'm so excited to be here. By the way, if you're new here, if you're just joining in, my name is Shai Bivia, okay, here known in the online space as Shai Bivia, legally as well. And I am an entrepreneur, a business lending broker. I run my own brokerage. I am a mom to the sweetest baby boy. I'm sure every mom says that about their baby, but he is really the sweetest, okay? I am a wife. I said entrepreneur already. I love to travel. I'm a Christian as well. Love, love, love travel. And yeah, I've been traveling. Did somebody say something? Yeah, and I've been traveling with my family. Been living abroad with my beautiful family. I recently moved abroad last year with my family, and recently on my channel, I've been sharing my move abroad journey, what I've been up to with living abroad. I'm still sharing entrepreneurship content and business related content. You know, while following me for a while now, you know that I help women launch credible businesses, properly structured businesses, build business credit so that they can take their business further faster. Okay, they can expand it, they can grow, and all of that good stuff. And that will help you live abroad too. So, for those of you who are wondering, okay, what are some of the ways to move abroad, or how can I create sustainable income in order to move abroad? Remote income is one of the things that has helped my family and I to move abroad, and as well as business income. So, those are some of the ways that you can, uh, position yourself for moving abroad. So, that's a little bit about me. If you are new here, oh hi, Chrysalis from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hey, girlfriend. Is it cold right now? Minneapolis, St. Paul, right? I think of Minneapolis. I'm thinking St. Paul. I guess it's the airport. Minneapolis, St. Paul. Um, when I was a flight attendant, I used to fly through there, and I'm like, how do people live here? Girl, tell me, is it cold? Is it cold right now? So I'm like, oh my gosh, how do people live here? It is. It's so cold there that it hurts, literally. Are you okay? You're probably used to it, by the way. But hey, I'm happy that you are here. I wanted to do an impromptu live, you guys, just to jump on here to say hi, hello. I know I've been MIA somewhat for a while, and that is because I've just been busy. She says, yes, it's cold, but getting warmer. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, awesome. Um, I think for one, I've been somewhat laser focused, right? So I've been like focusing on some projects, and now it's at the place where I can kind of like step back some. But also, I haven't really been live and been on YouTube much because I think I just wanted to be more present and I just did not want to. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Hi, Gain. Gain says hi. I'm surprised that you guys are up. Honestly, I was like, I'm gonna go live on YouTube, but I don't know if anybody's gonna be up because right now it's 3:21 in the afternoon my time. But Central Standard Time, uh, it is 2:20 in the morning Eastern, 3:20. So I'm like, I don't know if anybody's gonna be up, but you guys are here. And regardless, I guess you guys can always watch the replay. So, um, here in Pennsylvania, around 47 degrees Fahrenheit at 3 a.m. Okay, 47. I guess not too bad, right? I would say not too bad, not too cold. Somebody else says it's 2:21 in Mini, right? Yeah, Central Standard Time. And it's 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Whoa. Whoa. And Gaines says it is two. Oh, that's my number. That's the triple twos. That's funny. See how that's funny? The triple twos. That's my number, y'all. That's my number. And my husband and I also got married in the triple twos. And God showed me that date, by the way, like before my husband and I got married. I was like, what's going to happen to triple twos? I pray, Lord, that is nothing, detrimental, nothing horrible. But I kept telling my friends, like, something is going to happen to triple twos. Um, I got married. I literally met my husband. We got married like a month. It was so fast, like crazy. Anyway, that's beside the point. But I'm happy that you guys are here. Hey, we'll probably get into some things. I'm sure you guys can see that it's like bright outside where I'm at. It's 3:20 in the afternoon, Malaysia time. I'm not in Bangkok, so we came here some time last week. I'm not living here, by the way. So if you guys if you guys are thinking that I moved to Malaysia, I did not move to Malaysia. It's tempting though. Since we've been here, I'm like I could live here. I could live on the island of Penang. So you have Malaysia, it's like, Malaysia, and then you have Penang, which is a part of Malaysia. It's like an island. So you have Penang is also attached to mainland Malaysia, right? And then you have the island part of Malaysia. So that's where we're at. Um, Kay Netherly says, hello, thank you for sharing all your experiences living abroad. I really enjoy your postings. It's 12:23 here, and I was okay, awesome. I think you're Mountain Standard Time, right? Not if I'm not mistaken. I'm happy that you're loving the content. And I'll share a little bit more with you guys also, my thoughts and maybe some vulnerability as well, since you guys are here. Thanks for being here, y'all. Thanks for being here. I'm happy that you guys are finding value and enjoying those content. I'll be honest. So if you've been following me for a while now, right, you know that I have been sharing side hustle gems, business content, business credit content. That's one of the things that really grew my channel really fast. And I would say the past couple years, I kind of slowed down on it. For one, after I had my baby, I just wanted to be very present. During my pregnancy, I did not want to be bothered. I'm going to be honest. And I've been in a season where I've been just trying to slow down, right? I still, of course, 100% believe in business, believe in operating my own business, running my own business. It gives you flexibility, it gives you some level of freedom, financial control, and all of those things. At the same time, I also had this burning desire to be very, very present. And this move abroad journey has been really interesting. It's been an eye-opening one. I've been hearing people talk about the the third eye, or their third eye being opened and stuff like that. And I will say this, ever since moving abroad, I've my desire to be more present has increased, you guys, honestly. And so I think that's probably one of the reasons why I just haven't really Didn't hear that much. But no, actually, to think about it, since I moved abroad, no, actually, since I moved abroad, you guys, yes, I've been more present, but I've been tapping into my creativity, I would say more because when I look back at my history of posting, I have shared a lot of content, a lot of short form content, especially since moving abroad. I don't know, it just have felt so natural. And if I'm going to be honest, sharing like living abroad stuff, momhood, just lifestyle stuff started to feel a little bit more natural than sharing a lot of business stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I'm just being open with you guys. Um, Netherly says, yes, that's when I started following business startups. Oh, that's awesome. And I do plan to continue to do those things. I'm still literally in the business, right? I still do consulting. I still consult with businesses and women, help them launch their business and build business credit and all of that. In fact, I now run and operate my own business lending company, business lending brokerage, right, where we offer startup funding solutions to small business owners. And we partner with lenders and other brokers and all those things, right? I'm still literally in it, right? I work closely with underwriters and stuff like that. It's crazy to think that I'm doing that now, you guys. I'm still like pinching myself, like, am I really doing this? It's wild. More on that later. So thanks for following me, by the way, Kay Netherly from, way back when. And Priscilla says, I'm glad you chose to take a break. Thank you. Yeah, I felt like it was needed. I felt like, when I was building up my YouTube, it was, and sometimes in life, you have different seasons of your life, right? Where you're like grinding, 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 building something. And I think that's fine as long as you have a purpose and you have a plan and you're not just blindly grinding, right? So you have to sometimes take a step back. So yeah, I took a break for a while when after I given birth, and even now, so much I'm just, how should I put it? Like I want to show up consistently on my YouTube channel. I really do. But at the same time, sometimes it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And also, I'm struggling with pivoting, right? So I'm going to be completely honest. I'm struggling with, okay, should I build a whole new channel around travel stuff and lifestyle stuff? Because this, you guys, feels so natural to me. So often, I don't even have to try too hard to talk about anything travel related, uh, you know, living abroad, moving abroad, all those things. It's so natural to me. I don't have to try too hard on this. Also, I've been enjoying sharing short form content on like TikTok because TikTok is a place where you can I say that? I guess I can say that. You can just pop on and you can just be yourself. I don't have to be all sit down proper. Like now I have my camera. I have this thing here where I'm monitoring my comments. I'm on my laptop. I don't really have to do that on TikTok. I just pull out my phone. And that has been so fun for me. And I've just been in a season of being transparent, authenticity and transparency and all that. Not saying that was not necessarily that before, but I felt like I had to do more. I had to kind of put on a little bit more. But now I'm in a season where I genuinely feel like I can just be, and this is just natural to me. So going back, guys, if you've been following me long enough, this, right? That um I struggle with staying on topic. Okay, so help me stay on topic. All right. Uh, so what I was saying was that I'm struggling with pivoting. Right. I don't know if I should create a whole new channel around just moving abroad stuff, moms living abroad. I created a whole program for that actually, like moms moving abroad. The reason why is I literally, people have been just reaching out to me since I've been sharing my journey, asking me questions, and I've seen a lot of the same questions over and over, whether that's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, I mean, here, just everywhere, right? And Nikki B says, new season. Absolutely. And I've been learning to embrace those new seasons. And it's okay. I've been learning. And God has been showing me this lately, right? That it's okay to step into new seasons. Like if you're not evolving as a person, then what are you doing, right? If you're not evolving, if you're not growing, you're dying, right? And so I'm learning that it's okay to step into new seasons in life and that I don't have to stay stuck doing the same thing forever. Like if I really think about it, if I stayed stuck doing the same thing that I was doing 8 years ago, like man, well, my life would be so boring, honestly. So it's okay to evolve. But anyway, I'm saying that I'm struggling with starting a whole new channel around moms moving abroad or just leaving it as is, and then if the people decide to fall off, I've noticed some inconsistency with my subscription count. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know, because people are joining and then and leaving. I don't know what's going on right with it. It's weird. But I'm like, do I just keep that and share this side of me, moving abroad, mom, lifestyle stuff, traveling stuff, and also pop in still and talk about the business side of things, business growth strategies, things that has helped me grow my business, what I'm doing in business. I haven't really shared much content on that lately. I'm planning to. Business credit stuff. I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like I am being pulled to step away a bit from the business credit side of things and maybe go into something more holistic on the business side of things, right? Chris, when I say holistic, meaning like how to really truly discover like your purpose in business, stuff like that, how to attract your right clientele, stuff like that, but still business related because I'm so passionate about business, you guys. I'm so passionate about business because literally business is what's going to help you to have more, like I said earlier, more flexibility, more control over your life. Uh, yes, in the startup phase, people may not talk about this. It may not be as glamorous, and you may find yourself working more hours than you would typically work in your 9 to 5, and that's okay. For me personally, I prefer to work more hours than I would typically work at a 9 to 5, knowing that I'm building something for myself and I'm working in my business and creating my own time. I don't have to ask for, the time off and stuff like that. That's for me personally. Okay. That may not be for everyone. I totally get it, but that's for me personally. Right. Uh Chris Ellis says, I'm learning that consistency isn't always daily. It's what works for you in the season you're in. Posting once or twice a week is fine. Yes, yep. Yeah, I think creating your own version of consistency, right? So there are some people who consistency for them means that they have the time to, maybe post every single day or twice a day, and that's consistent for them. Whereas for somebody else, for me, I know I can't I can't, like, for example, go live every single day, right? Um, yeah. Versus says, I know a woman who is a YouTube expert. Thank you for sharing that. So yeah, but I just wanted to pop in here to see how you guys are doing. If you guys have any questions for me, and then I'm probably gonna just chit chat for a quick second. Let you guys know how my experience here in Malaysia has been. Let me tell you about that. I'm looking down now because I'm looking at the comments. Make sure that I did not miss anything. So yeah, but I feel like what I'll continue to do is continue to share like my travels, my move abroad stuff on this channel, and then I will still pop in and talk about side hustles because at the end of the day, those things can still help you right? If you are planning to travel or to move abroad, discovering side hustles that you can do or side gigs or freelancing stuff that you can do is going to also help you or can help you move abroad. So it kind of ties in, right? And that's why I've been torn with creating a whole new channel because I'm like, this still can tie in. And also, when I first started YouTube, when I actually first started YouTube, I was doing lifestyle stuff. I wasn't really doing business content, right? I was doing like hair stuff, sharing lifestyle stuff like marriage, stuff like that. And then I pivoted into business stuff. So I'm just like, the people will stay who want to see all of it. Or if you're subscribed and I post a video about travel, you don't want to see it, you just don't watch it, I guess. So I think I'm just at that point. But I'll see. I'll see. If I get strong confirmation that I should create a whole new channel around living abroad and stuff like that, then I will. But for now, we're just gonna keep it. We're just gonna keep it how it is. How is the food? How is the food? Great question. The food here in Malaysia is actually really good. The food is actually really good. And I'll say this. Apparently, Malaysia is a multicultural country. So you have a lot of Chinese influence here, Indian influence here, South Indian influence, and of course Malays. The spices generally, my husband and I typically like Indian food, right? I think like Indian food and Thai food are like in our top because of like the spices, and also it reminds me somewhat of food back home because I'm like born and raised in Jamaica, and I'm used to like the curries and the certain spices and stuff like that, right? But food here, you guys, is so good. At least the food that we have had so far, it's really good. It's really, really, really good. I'm not even just saying that to say it. Again, you get this mix. Like the other day, we went to Little India. It's a whole, it's like being able to experience India without actually going to India, which is so incredible. We get to, we have the opportunity to be in India without really being in India, right? Which is so cool. And also, yeah, the food is good. The food is good. So we've had a lot of Indian food since we've been here. I'm yet to try the authentic Malaysian. They call it nasi lemak. Nasi lemak. I was asking the driver the other day where I can get it, and later we're gonna go to this like night market life. So they have like night markets somewhat like Thailand, which we're used to, which is super cool. It doesn't seem like they have as much as Thailand, but they have them in designated places like close to the malls and stuff like that. Some of them are like covered. And we went to one, it wasn't necessarily a night market, it was like a day food outdoorsy food court, but it was covered, which was kind of cool. And there were so many people, so many locals, hardly even any tourists, right? And it was just amazing to see like all these like locals in the middle of the day. It was like in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day, just eating out. And that's one of the things that I've noticed here in Southeast Asia is that food is just a way of life. It's just a way of how people come together and community and socialize and all of these things, right? Uh, and kind of like Bangkok too, or Thailand in general, where people are usually eating out, street food, stuff like that. And the food is also affordable. In my opinion, affordable meaning us spending Western money or US dollars, right? Because I know this can be, I don't know, controversial. Something people will say, oh, it's affordable for you, but may not be affordable for the locals. And I will say this, I've done some research and I've spoken to people and we've observed, right? The food is actually very affordable for the locals too, not just for foreigners. I didn't know if it's a season that we came in. Yes? Yeah, I thought Cairo was up here too. But, oh, as the hubby coming to bother me, even though I'm on my live. Do you need a charger too? Okay. Um, yeah, the food is actually also affordable for the locals too. So not just foreigners, you guys. And we barely have seen any foreign. Well, we've seen foreigners here and there. A couple places that we went to the other night. I don't know if we came here the low season. It the airport was so empty. I'm not even kidding you. We came through the airport, it was so empty. There was nobody working. The place was just like so empty, and even now like we hardly see any foreigners, and I'm trying to figure out if it's the season that we came. So it's March, and I know that monsoon season and rainy season starts April, like Aprilish May. So I don't know why. But like I was saying about the food court, bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Like I said, I don't have notes here, so I'm probably going to be a little bit all over the place. The food court was filled with locals. Locals, people eating, having a good time. They can afford the food. They can actually afford to eat out. Okay, hear me on this, okay? Quality food, good food, decent food, right? Yes, it's kind of like outdoorsy, street like, but it's these food court, outdoorsy food court with like they're washing with running water or washing the stuff and stuff like that. And I was talking to a driver. Hold on, somebody said something. K Netherlands says, honestly, keeping it unique and what works best for you and your family. Those who are subscribers will continue to get your notifications and watch. Okay. Thanks for that perspective. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, at this point, that's where I'm at. I'm like, uh, unless I'm creating unless I really decide to talk about something way off, maybe then, but we'll see. But for now, I think it works. I share lifestyle sometimes, so sometimes I'm sharing my weight loss journey, so hey, hey. Um, Thank you. So I was talking to a driver yesterday, and oh, by the way, 90% of people here speak English, apparently. So the Indians speak English, the Chinese speak English, the Malays speak English, and even in school, like for example, the traditional Malay schools, English is like compulsory. The Chinese schools, English is compulsory. The Indian schools, English is like compulsory as well. So everybody speaks English here, which is just crazy, right? And I did not even know that. Like 90% of people here speak English. And they also speak their broken, they speak Bahasa, Malaysian Bahasa, which, what's interesting, y'all? What is interesting is it sounds so Indonesian, Bahasa Indonesian. And I did not realize that it was Bahasa. I just thought it was Malaysian, but after coming here, I learned that it's Bahasa. And how I realized that it was Bahasa, which is Balinese language, Balinese, broken language, or whichever, or Indonesian, is because, what was the word? Yes. When we went to Jakarta, Indonesia, we learned that terima kasih is thank you, right? Terima kasih in Jakarta, Indonesia. So you have Bali, Indonesia. Bali's an island, a part of Indonesia, and then you have Jakarta, is more city like Indonesia, and that's how they say thank you. And so I once we came here, I was hearing people saying terima kasih, and I'm like, weren't they saying that in Jakarta, Indonesia? And so I learned that Bahasa is also a language spoken here. So a lot of the things, the spellings, like the nasis, like if you've ever been to Bali, you would hear about nasi gorengs, which is like fried rice and stuff like that. So they use similar um, words. They use similar words here in Malaysia as they do in Indonesia, which is really interesting. That's why I love travel so much, you guys, because you learn so much and you get just such different perspectives. Like wherever you go, you're learning something new. It's just amazing. It's just such a beautiful thing. And I love that now I'm doing it with now my baby boy. So he's like, just learning about different cultures and interacting with different people from all over. So I love, 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 love that for him. But as I was saying, The food courts, I was talking to the driver yesterday, and he was telling us that because I think the government is ran here mostly by, like, I think it's a Chinese head. I don't remember the term, but he was saying that they are good with finances. And if you know anything about the Chinese, they're pretty good with when it comes to like money. I was born and raised in Jamaica, and we have a lot of Chinese in Jamaica as well. A lot of people don't know this, but that's why the Jamaican national motto is out of many, one people. That's the Jamaican motto, meaning that out of many different people, we are one. So if you go to Jamaica, if you really like spend time in Jamaica, go to schools and stuff like that, you will come across Indians, people from like Korean ethnicities, a lot of Chinese. We call them like Chinaman. If you go to like a store, a beauty store, or just a shop and it's owned by a Chinese person, we call them Chinaman, right? So it's very similar, and they're really good with money and stuff like that. And so I was talking to the driver, and he was saying yes, it's very affordable even for him and his family. He was telling us that he just had a baby and everything, and I was asking him, I was like, "Do you actually like living here, in Malaysia, in Penang?" And he was like, "Yes, I love it. I wouldn't leave." And I was like, "Would you go to America though?" And he was like, "No." And he was saying something like he went there. He went there to help someone, and he came back or something like that. Um, and he was saying that the economy makes sense. So we were having that conversation, and he was like, it actually makes sense for the locals. Locals can afford to buy food. If you compare it to what's happening now, right, as we see in the US, like things have gotten, I'm honestly so happy that we're not there right now. But even when we were there last year, I was like, yeah, things are getting out of hand, right? And so it's not making sense based on like what people are making, minimum wage and stuff like that. It doesn't make sense. The economy is not, it doesn't make sense. The basic stuff that should be very affordable for everyone, everybody should have access to affordable and high quality healthcare and food and stuff like that. It doesn't make sense. But here apparently it makes sense, the economy. So that's one thing that I've learned since being here. Like people can have a good time, eat out with their family, afford the food. For example, right, a bowl, if you go to one of those food courts, like outdoor food courts, or even like some restaurants, you guys, the restaurants are very affordable. We've gone to a couple of sit down restaurants too, and dish the average dish, it doesn't matter if it's salmon, if it's vegetarian, if it's whatever, it's about 4 USD, 4 or 5 USD, y'all, honestly. And not to mention, if you're going to one of those outside uh, food like bazaars, markets, it's not going to cost you anything more than like 2 USD, 2 to 3 USD for a decent plate of food. where where in the not even in the US, I don't even think junk food is that affordable. And again, it's not just affordable for foreigners. Since we have been here, we have hardly seen foreigners, okay? Except for when we went to, where do we go? We finally went to this street, and it was still kind of dead. And then when we finally turned off some street, then we kind of like started seeing like some foreigners. And but outside of that, it's just the locals that's just out eating and having a good old time. It's not even the foreigners. Yes, Chris. Yeah, Chrisella says it's ridiculous. I know, it's wild, man. And so I try to block. I kind of know what's happening. I do know and try to keep up with like what's happening. Back in the US. But honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I'm like living in an escape because I somewhat block. I somewhat try to block it out. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I want to make sure that I am aware, because certain things that may happen may affect us in some way, shape, or form, right? I'm not naive of that or oblivious of that, right? But I really try to just block things out. And honestly, since I've moved, left, move out of the US, y'all, my cortisol levels have just everything have just been centered. I feel so centered. I feel so calm. I don't feel like really anxious, even though I know that anxiety is not really from God. But it's like when you're around so much anxiety and chaos, it's just so hard to remain. you know? Uh but since I have left, I was telling my husband that the other day, I'm like, babe, I feel I seem more calm, right? And I don't look as stressed as last year. Last year was a very stressful year for me, I'll be honest, you guys. And I was ready to go. When I tell you I was ready to leave the US last year, I was ready. I couldn't do it no more. I was like, if I stay another month or two here, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know, y'all. My face, it just looked in my face like I was getting sick or something. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was the food. My body was reacting to something. It was just a lot that was going on. We were dealing with like our insurance situation. You guys know I paid for my child's birth out of pocket. As I was actually just recently going through my audio because I recorded a lot of those calls. So we're going to, I'm not gonna say too much. I can't say too much on this live. I can't say too much on this live. But I'm gonna go back and yeah, all those calls, the representatives that we spoke with, and the claims that they say this was gonna happen, this did not happen. Yeah, I mean, imagine paying for your childbirth out of pocket. I mean, how stressed out would you be, right? You are blessed. Let's see. Somebody says you are blessed to have left. God is protecting you from it. Thank you, Nikki B. Thank you for saying that, girl. I truly feel I do. I feel like God deserves his praise. Okay. God deserves his praise. I know for me and my family personally, we believe in God, you know. Um, and I know different people believe different things, but I don't know what I would have done without like God being on our side and just designing everything. And I believe that God has called us to share our testimonies, and eventually maybe I'll like share more about our testimony, but I really do believe that God has helped us to expedite this move. Like, I feel like he called us to this move. My plan was for us to move this month, 2025. This month, y'all. So if I had gone with that plan, I still would have been in the US. Just to think about it. And it just felt like God was like, no, you have to leave by like October, the latest ish, maybe September. And so that's why we ended up leaving September. And I really do believe that God was on our side. I had random clients reach out to me. And I was, at that time, I was doing my final annual tour with the United States Air Force. And I was not really promoting anything. And I had clients reaching out to me to pay me, right, for stuff. And that brought in additional income. My husband had additional income as well with his like job transitioning and stuff like that, whichever. And things just worked out. Things just worked out. We were able to sell our vehicles seamlessly. I literally showed up at a dealership. I was able to get a check for my vehicle, a decent amount for my vehicle, the same day. And then like the next day we literally sold my husband's car like a few days before we left the US. When I tell you, like, everything was just, God just worked everything out so well. We sold literally everything in the place that we were staying at, like everything, right, from decor stuff, plants, I mean, you name it, except for some things we probably gave away, maybe at like the Goodwill or something like that. And everything just worked out, y'all. And I share this to say that sometimes you may have doubts and like fear of the unknown. And it's like, how is a way going to be made out of no way? But I'm telling you, when you trust God, when God is on your side, I am telling you, like things can really, really work out like this, right? And so, and of course, thankfully, we had like savings and stuff like that. But that extra income over the summer really helped. We didn't have to really like touch anything, so that was a blessing. That was truly, truly a blessing. So, what did do you help? Priscilla says, do you help people move where you are? Sounds like a good place to be. It is. It is a great place to be. I'm temporarily in Malaysia right now, and I'm based in like Thailand. But yeah, now I started helping. In addition to like my business consulting, where I help women launch credible businesses so that they can live anywhere, make their own money, stuff like that, build business credit so that it can take their business further faster, right? In addition to that, I've been doing that for a few years, but now I also help women simplify their move abroad, especially moms, because I realize that there's a gap there. So, you'll see a lot of people solo traveling and it may seem easy and people may be like, oh, must be nice. You don't have a child in the world, you don't have a family, a spouse, whatever, and it's just easy. So I'm catering to my moms, specifically. Uh, I still have like solo women who want to move abroad reach out to me and stuff like that. But my target audience right now is like for moms and families looking to move abroad. So yes, I do, because while sharing this journey, I've been sharing my journey, just being authentic and open about my journey. I've had so many people reach out to me, and especially like on TikTok mostly, and it's really hard for me to go back and forth with people. And y'all know I'm an entrepreneur, okay? I'm a business owner. I like structure and stuff like that somewhat. I share what I share, I'm a sharer. I share stuff that can be of value to people. I share what I share on the internet. And but when it comes to people wanting me to do like one-on-ones based on their unique situation, it's almost impossible for me to go through my inbox on like TikTok, or to answer your specific question, just going back and forth with you. I can't do that, y'all. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a mom. I have a life, right? And I don't live on social media. So that's why I've created like guides. So for people who want specific help, people who want to move to Thailand, I do have a move to Thailand toolkit. And if that's something that you want, you can let me know and I can drop it in the chat. But I created an in-depth move to Thailand toolkit, things that I wish that I knew, things that I has helped us along our journey, things that people absolutely must know about moving to Thailand. I probably should just do a general one too at this point, like a in general moving abroad one. But not only that, yeah, I also now do consulting with people. Yeah, so if you want a one-on-one consultation to help you simplify your move abroad, tailored to your unique situation, right? If you have a family or if you have a child, yeah, almost 30 countries later, I can probably tell you a thing or two about, moving abroad, traveling abroad, living abroad now as well. So yeah, I help women do that. Not something that I thought I would be doing, but in life, things sometimes just kind of stumble up on your lap, right? It's like if I have hundreds of people reaching out to me, then there's obviously a need for it. And what am I going to do? Like, not answer the calling? Like, just be like, okay, well, I guess people can figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, if I have people reaching out to me asking me um, almost the same questions I see, I'm going to create something that can be of value and be of resource, because no, I'm sorry, I cannot be in my inbox and just be going back and forth, so so only for the serious people, right? So if you're actually serious, for people who are actually serious about moving abroad, then they can book that consultation. So yeah, to make a long answer short, so you said yes, you'd like more information. Sure. Do you want me to actually, I'll put my stand store link right here in the chat. I'll put my stand store link, because in that my stand store link will have that first link will say book a one-on-one move abroad advisory session. It's about, I think, yeah. 60 minutes or something like that, 9 minutes, something like that. But we create a tailored plan for you based on your unique situation, based on what your needs are. Everybody's situation is unique, right? So somebody moving solo, uh, their process is going to look different than somebody moving with a family, and then also depending on where you're looking to go, and different things like that. And then I offer my expertise as well as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. So if that's something that you want to do, we go over that too. Like, what are some of the ways that you're going to be sustaining your income abroad? We dive deep into that as well. So I will drop my Stand Store link, because that will have that link. It also has my move to Thailand guide as well, if you want that. And you're able to book a power hour business strategy session with me as well, if that's more of what you're looking for. So I'll just drop that link in the chat to some channels. Oh, yeah. Let me know if you guys got that. Okay, awesome. Yeah, if you got that, let me know. So yeah, I can't ignore the calling, right? I think that's one of the reasons why I started a few years ago, back in 2021, like my Airbnb coaching. I started coaching with Airbnb, and that was only because I literally did not plan to do it. But that was literally because I started my Airbnb business. It was growing. I was sharing my journey, sharing what I was doing, how I was automating the process, how I was, setting things up and whichever. And then I just had all these people reaching out. Oh, I think I was sharing stuff on here on YouTube too. And then I had people reaching out to me for coaching and stuff like that. And so you're welcome. I think that's probably how most coaches and consultants start, if I'm being honest. They have mastered something, they have done something, and then um, people start looking to them for assistance because they want to get to where they're trying to get to, which I personally also have paid. I've done a couple of programs and challenges and courses, and I've invested in coaching myself, mentors. Um, yeah, more than what I thought I would invest in, like, mentors. Um, and a lot of those have been rewarding, and for the most part I've got my money back tenfold. So it just makes sense. You pay. I heard somebody say, you pretty much, to sum it up, pretty much you it makes sense to pay someone to help you do the thing that you want to do, because they're already doing it. They've already done it, basically, is what that is. um Yeah. So what was I saying? Let me make sure that I don't miss any comments here. I can't believe that y'all are up on YouTube at this hour, man. Thanks for being here with me. I'm so excited. I need to go live more often. I need to set a day that I'm just gonna come live. Maybe like a Monday night, my time. Maybe like a Monday night, my time, or something like that. I'll go live more consistently. And let me know in the chat, you guys. I'm doing a poll. I'm doing a poll right now. Let me know if you've been following me. Let me know what content have been sticking out to you guys more. If you're new here, even, but let me know what contents stick to you more. What do you like to see from me? Is that mom, travel, lifestyle, living abroad stuff? Is that side hustle content, like how to create extra money, or even business content? By the way, talking about business content, you guys, I am hosting I don't like to use the word free, because free doesn't really, it doesn't sound like a lot of value, but this is going to be a lot of value. I am hosting a live masterclass next week. So uh Chrysalis says lives are gold these days. Yes, yes. I've actually been enjoying other people's lives too. I'll be honest. People that I actually like to watch and like to follow, I've been enjoying other people's lives too. I think so. Um, yeah, I think so. So I need to go live more often. Okay. I'm probably gonna choose a day, maybe like a Monday night or something. But I can't commit to it, y'all, because sometimes I just don't feel like it. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I just don't feel like it. But I will be hosting a live masterclass next week, and it's crazy because I actually did not plan on doing this. The reason why I'm doing this live masterclass, and I'll tell you a little bit more about what the live masterclass is going to be, is because I was invited to be a speaker at a women's empowerment event hosted in Germany, right? It was for a sorority chapter hosted in Germany. The event passed. It was this Saturday. It was incredible. I almost said no. I almost said no. And I don't know, Holy Spirit was probably like, just do it. You're always trying to run away from stuff. So I said yes. And one of the coordinators that invited me, she was like, when I thought of a business speaker to be there, I immediately thought of you. I could not think of a better person. We also served in the United States Air Force together as well. And y'all, to make a long story short, I don't know if I don't know if Colonel um, Lieutenant Colonel Kelly will see this, because I know she recently subscribed to my YouTube channel. But I also found out that my former squadron commander was going to be a speaker as well. Child, I was like, no, I am not speaking. I am not speaking. Um, I know that may sound weird to some people, but I'm like, I felt like, I don't know, just immediately. I think it was like fear or something, like, oh my gosh, like my former squadron commander. And anyway, it was a whole thing. And so I'm so grateful though that I said yes. She spoke as well, which, as always, she is such an incredible speaker. She speaks with so much grace and poise, and she's just amazing. And so I learned, even though I spoke at that event, I learned so much from the other the other like three speakers, so much. And it was such an empowering event, right? It was a woman empowering event. And I'm like, you know what? It's Women's Month. This is, I guess this is my, way of giving back. And so anyway, I got great feedback from that event. Uh, Somebody, oh, Nikki says, I work third shift, so it's nice to have some company. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you. Yeah, it was an incredible event. The women got so much value. And here's the thing, sometimes we will run away from things that God is calling us to do, and we shy away from it. Like, why do we run away from things that God is calling us to do? And why do we underestimate ourselves? And why are we so critical of ourselves, right? And a lot of times, too, we may tell ourselves that, yes, I know this and this, but I'm sure people I'm sure people already know all these things. No, that little 10% more than that person that can be of such great value. And I did not realize that, for one, I did not expect that people were going to find so much value out of the live masterclass. And even people were saying, wow, I thought I knew a lot, but I learned so much from this. Like, thanks for sharing. And I'm like, wow. Like, the knowledge that I have, I may just think it's, no, it's mediocre, right? Whichever. But you don't realize how much more you know than someone, and how impactful it can be. So don't underestimate your talents, your gifts, your knowledge, right? Don't be afraid to share it with the world. And also, when opportunities come your way, do not shy away from it and run away from it, right? Do not. Because, God is calling us and has called us to great things. So stop shying away from it, right? Yes. My husband keeps sending me stuff on here. He knows that I'm live. What is he sending me? um, oh, also, I want to say, I was reminded of this book that I read years ago called The Year of Yeses by Shonda Rhimes. Right? If you know who Shonda Rhimes is, right? Look her up. She's a writer, producer. I think she wrote Scandal. Years ago, like I think 2016, I read that book, The Year of Yeses, and it changed my entire life. So immediately I remembered that book, that I read that book, The Year of Yeses. And so I was like, okay, let me say yes to this event. um, no, I'm not new necessarily to like speaking or teaching or anything like that, especially like virtually. But I haven't done it in a while, if I'm going to be honest. And I was honestly nervous about speaking to a group of women. It was a good bit, dozens of women in the room, right? And I was nervous about speaking, sharing my expertise, even though, yes, I know what I'm talking about, but it can still be nerve wracking sharing, because again, we're so critical. At least I'm so critical of myself. But I'm happy that I did that. And anyway, because of that feedback that I got, I'm like, you know what? Let me share it with my audience now, because that was a more closed, group. So let me do this training and share what I shared at this event. So, just for you guys, I'm hosting a live masterclass teaching you how you can launch a properly structured business, a credible business, okay, and build solid business credit and better position your business for funding. So, that's what the masterclass is going to be about. I'm going to share with you different ways that you can uh, access funding for your business, even if you are a startup, how you can access business credit, how you can build business credit, guys, so that you can take your business further faster. Okay. When I started my first business, not officially, but started business like years ago, maybe in 2016 or something like that, and I was like selling stuff and selling products. Hold on, let me put a pin there. Somebody says that's the second time I heard, Chrysalis, I should say, said that's the second time I've heard someone say that this week. We always know a little more than someone else, and it can help them. Yes. So stop sleep, especially us women. Especially us women, we are notorious for underestimating our values and our gifts. There's a study that has been done that shows that women will have, let's say there's an application out there and you only meet the requirements 60%, only 60%. Us women won't even bother to apply. We won't even bother to apply because we're like, oh, I don't meet it 100%. But Charles, Charles, right? We know we know who Charles is, especially, right? Or men in general. They will meet the criteria only 40%, and they will still apply with such confidence. Us women, we need to take on some of that confidence. But yeah, it is so true. So I'm learning. I'm still like learning, to embrace that. So as I was saying, yes, I'm going to be sharing, breaking down as well, like different funding options that you can look into. And it's no theory, y'all. It's no theory. Like I've literally been in the lending space for well, I first started in lending space in like when I was 19. I worked in the financial service industry and stuff like that before, being a flight attendant and stuff like that. So done I went away from that. And then somehow I'm here again, but in a different way. I started in consumer lending when I was really young at a financial institution, and then now I'm in the business lending space, um, and running my own brokerage. So this is not theory, right? This is not theory. This is like something that these are things that we actually help our clients do. But what I was saying was, we're going to show you like different ways that you can acquire funding for your business as well. And how to build business credit and use it, right? The different ways that you can use business credit to grow your business, to grow your business. When I started my business, I think is what I was saying years ago. Um, not my recent businesses, but like my first business when I was trying to sell products. I sold physical products and I did like meal prepping at one point. I sold like sea moss gel, stuff like that on Etsy. And a lot of those things I was using the cash flow, right? Just the cash flow from the business, like the orders that I would get the profit that I would make from that is going back into all those things. So when you're a startup, it can be a little bit hard. And so had I known about business credit at that point, y'all, things probably would have looked a lot differently. I probably would have been doing marketing and getting even more orders and maybe even getting help, hiring help. And so I officially discovered and learned about the business credit side of things after I launched my Airbnb business, right? And I'm happy that I did too, because business credit at that point helped me to get like supplies, office supplies, linen. I was able to grow my Airbnb business a little bit more because of like that business credit, right? So business credit can be so valuable. So yeah, if you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, and you want to learn ways how you can leverage business credit, right, and business funding versus using your own all the time so that you can take your business further faster, this training is for you. If you guys want me to, yeah, I haven't even, I'll be honest, you guys, I haven't even created the page for you guys to sign up for this. Because like I said, this training that I did was just this weekend, and I was like, I should actually make this into a masterclass. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get you guys to sign up for it without having the link. Let me see. Anyway, if you guys are a part of my email list, you will get that email because I'm going to be sending the invites. I have not yet sent invites to my email list. So if you're not a part of my email list, you can join my email list. Yeah, because I'm going to be sending it out to my email list, the link to sign up for that live masterclass. It's going to be in 2 weeks, actually. It's going to be, I think, April. Let's see. So look out for that. April. It's going to be, I think, April 9th. April 9th, thereabout. I have not confirmed the time yet. Okay. So look out for that. But yeah, business credit can be so powerful, y'all. I this recent client that I actually did an interview with him the other day. You guys may have seen that on my YouTube channel. He did my business credit, one of my business credit, my programs, my Airbnb and stuff like that. And he has been scaling his Airbnb. And I did not even know this until I caught up with him a few weeks ago. I think he's saying now he has like 10 or so units or something like that. So yeah, business credit can be a powerful thing, y'all. Such a powerful thing. What time is it? Hold on, give me 1 second, you guys, because my husband is blowing up my phone and he's literally downstairs. Um, Babe? Hold on, you guys. One moment. What's going on? Anyway, yeah. So, do you guys have any other question for me? Maybe about Malaysia, maybe about living abroad. Maybe you've been seeing my stuff and have been wanting to know something specific. I'm open. I'm open to that. Let me make sure that my camera is still good. Hmm. Restream picks up pretty good with this camera, I have to say. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that training, you guys. It's been a while since I have done a live training outside of the training that I did this weekend. So what? Can I now say that I'm an international speaker? Is it official now that I can say that? Yeah, but I'm super excited to do that live training with y'all. But yeah, in a second, the family and I were going to head out to this night food court place. It's what, 4:20 in the evening now, so we're about to head out there, enjoy our evening, enjoy our evening. But Malaysia has been good so far. I'll be honest, Malaysia has been great so far. One thing I'll have to say also is that, I mean, people sometimes people look here and there. They'll look, some people, but it does not feel like an uncomfortable stare or a. It doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like people have ill intentions. You know what I mean? I feel like I've got more stare in Pattaya, Thailand, than here Malaysia. I think also because of the culture, right? So there's a lot of Indians here, obviously with like our skin tone. We still look different. I mean, we still look different, like our hair type, stuff like that. So people may look like, no, they're not like really from here, right? Uh, but it's not like, it doesn't feel strange. If anything, people are like, oh wow, where are you from? That's how it feels. That's more of how it feels. People are really nice and genuine, except for a couple of the drivers. They probably woke up on the wrong side or something. Probably weren't having a good day. Some of the drivers, I'm just like, what is going on? But outside of that, people have been so kind and so nice to us since being here. And like I said, I because it's so multicultural, we don't really stick out so much like a sore thumb. And even if people look, they don't like stare us down. And I understand that people stare because you may look different, you're unique, and they're just curious. I understand curiosity. I'm not new to it. I totally get it. However, there are some times where people just really stare. And when I say people stare, you guys, I'm not even talking about locals. I'm talking about people who are used to seeing people who look like me. But maybe they're just not used to seeing people who look like me in certain parts of the world or what, right? I'm talking about people from Western countries, and that kind of is like weird to me. It's like, why are you staring so much? Like, I know you have seen, I know you have seen me before. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, so you get what I mean, right? So, like I said, I understand that people steer because of curiosity, and y'all, I'm so gracious. Like, I'm so nice. Like, people are so nice, and I get it. You know. Um, but sometimes I don't know, man. But here, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like that. We feel like we fit in, we blend in. There's not a lot of tourists here as well, and we find that the tourists usually stare more than the locals, which is really, really interesting to me. It's really interesting. Um, it's 3:20 a.m. I'm glad you're doing well. IMO this live could be your pivot. What does IMO mean? Because I'm kind of slow. I, what does IMO mean? This live can be your pivot as long as you let people know what you're doing. If they like your content, they'll follow you. I'll better get some sleep. You know what? I'm going to screenshot that. Thank you, Chrysalis. Thank you for saying that. I just screenshot that comment. Thank you for that confirmation. Yeah, I think that's probably why God made me go live today. I think He wanted me to have some confirmation today. Yep. Thanks for sharing that. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate all of you guys who have tuned in. I'm probably going to hop off now, but let me just finish saying what I wanted to say. Okay. Malaysia has been an interesting place. We are staying in like Penang, Georgetown area. It's so charming. Stay tuned and subscribe if you're somebody. Okay, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna respond to your thing real quick. Uh, Georgetown is so charming. It reminds me of like these little cute, quaint, charming places that I've seen like in like Philadelphia. It's very charming, very artsy. it's just nice and slow, and I like it being like the island. I'm right by the water, you guys. You can't see it, but like the water is behind me. We're in this beachfront condo, which is so amazing and beautiful. The air is so nice and fresh. The people have been amazing. The food have been so good. The quality of food, the cost of food, the cost of living, the quality of living has been great. We literally are. Stay tuned for a full video, okay? I'm probably going to do a full video. Well, I have been vlogging this entire time since being here. So I'm going to share with you guys our experience, some of the things that we have done here, and all of that while being in Malaysia. So if you're not yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe because I'm going to be sharing with you guys a lot more about the culture of Malaysia. Like I said, very multicultural. So it's been great. It's been so good being here, and the air. Honestly, I love Bangkok, y'all. You know that I love Bangkok, and I've been talking about Thailand and living in Thailand and stuff like that. And living in Bangkok has been great, but I'm not gonna lie. The air in Bangkok, I don't know if it's now because it's burning season, has not been the best. And even the air in our house, I don't know if the AC, we had all our ACs cleaned the other day, but still we've been feeling stuffy and like my nose has been runny and it's been weird. And so the air in Bangkok can be a little bit much. Since we have been here, y'all, the air has felt so much crispier. The AC air feels so good. Feels so good. In Bangkok or AC, when it's on, I'm like, no, it gotta, we have to turn it off. We have to turn it off after a certain point. But here it feels so crisp and clean. Again, I don't know if because we're on an island, so there's the water, there's mountains, it's the air is just so much more open. So I've been really appreciating that since being here, I will say. Okay, Sis now said Snell? Oh, Tashana. Is it easy to eat raw vegan there? And what new food experience are you having? Okay, can I do this? Okay, great. Great question. So I'm not raw vegan. Let me throw that out there. I've done a lot of raw vegan content. I know that because uh, I believe food is our medicine. And so, yes, I was vegan for a while, like 5 to 6 years. And I still do every now and then I'll do like raw vegan, like detoxes, and I eat a lot of raw foods, but I am not raw vegan. I'm not raw vegan, okay? Just to throw that out there. But if it's easy to eat raw vegan here, I would say, let me think about that. I would say not so much here as if as it's easy to eat raw vegan in Thailand. In Thailand, it's super easy to eat raw vegan. I mean, there's fruit stalls everywhere. I mean, there's people selling fruits and food and raw stuff, and then there's vegan restaurants. You can get high quality vegan restaurants all over, especially Bangkok, Thailand. Mm. Am I getting this white lining from my lip gloss? Um, Especially in Bangkok, Thailand, there's tons of like vegan restaurants. There's raw vegan places too in Bangkok. Here, not so much. There are a lot of like 7-Elevens and stores like that. Like the building that we're in right now, right downstairs, we are walking distance, literally. We're in the center of tons of restaurants and cafes and like 7-Elevens. Bangkok is kind of like that too, where you'll get like a 7-Eleven downstairs. But you'll also get fresh markets like everywhere in Bangkok. You will find it here too, but I just think not so much. I think we have to walk a good bit down the street for like a fresh market. But you can eat raw vegan here for sure. I mean, there are like fruit stalls and stuff like that. I just think it's easier in like a place like Thailand. Also, the other day we were in Little India and we were walking, and there was this guy selling. He had tons of mangoes and watermelon and stuff, and he told me that the mangoes actually came from Thailand. Hmm. He said all those mangoes came from Thailand. So I think Thailand has more of an abundance, man. Like you cannot be hungry in Thailand for sure. I'll tell you that. Oh, what new food experiences am I having here? I still have not yet tried the nasi lemak. Apparently nasi lemak is something that you must try here. I don't know, it's still white. Anyway, I'll be off this live soon. It's where it's like peanuts with like coconut rice, and I love coconut rice. As someone who was born and raised in Jamaica, coconut is like a staple. I love the coconut in Thailand. Coconut is like a staple in my house too. I love coconut water, so I have to try that dish. You can get it with like curry and some other stuff. So, um, but what new food experiences have I had? I have had Indian food here, but that's not new to me. I actually love Indian food. What else have I had that's new? Well, actually, the food. We went to some open food court, which has been really interesting. I got some these fritters that tasted so amazing, and it actually reminded me of back home. One of the things that I love about like visiting other countries and trying different dishes is how much sometimes it brings back memories from back home, like Jamaica. I absolutely love it. So we've been trying out these outdoor like food stalls. That's very common here in Malaysia. And again, if you're not yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be sharing with you guys like a vlog, basically a travel vlog and some history and things that we have done here, like activities and things that we have done here in Malaysia, and just things to know, things that's nice to know. Yeah, about Malaysia. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, and we went to this. I went to this like it's like a yogurt place. I'm not really a big fan of yogurt, honestly, but this one particular yogurt place, I don't remember what it was called. Yogurt was made up of spirulina and coconut. And because I'm like into like the whole health thing or whichever, I'm like, coconut and spirulina? That sounds like a great mix. And then in addition to that, you can get it with like a bunch of fruits and stuff like that: watermelon, papaya, grapes. Not something that I would typically have, if I'm being honest. Yogurt with like fruit stuff? No. But or baby boy loves fruits too. He pretty much is a plant-based baby. He loves his fruits and veggies, and that's how he eats. He loves it. He's thriving, healthy baby. I mean, he's not sure of anything. And I don't know why I needed to say that, but so I got it because I was like, okay, he loves these fruits and stuff, so let me get that. And y'all, it tasted so good. It tasted so good. I ate the whole thing. It was so good. So that's something new that I've tried. And today I'm going to actually try the nasi lemak, which is, like I said, the coconut rice and curry and stuff like that. They put it in banana leaf. They serve it, I think, in banana leaf. So I'm super excited to try that. And that will be in my vlog. So I share that in my vlog. What else have I tried? I'm trying to think if I tried anything that was really different here. What have I eaten? Just the Indian food and a couple of street food stuff. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay, let me. Alrighty. Yes, and thank you, Chrysalis. And you said, in your opinion, how long have I been on this live now? An hour and eight. Oh, y'all, I can talk. I can talk for real. See, I can talk for real. But I really wanted to do this like check in, somewhat like informal live. Um, I really appreciate you all though for being on here and just for vibing with me today and sharing what's on your heart and encouraging me as well, and let me know that hey, it's okay. If people want to watch you, they will watch you. Don't worry about all of this. So I really appreciate all of your comments tonight. And honestly, because of you guys, I will try to be more consistent on live. Did I turn my monetization on? I don't think I turned my monetization on for this live. It's okay. When I'm done, I'll turn my monetization on. It's probably off. But this was so much fun. It is now 4:30 p.m. my time. Okay, I'm in Malaysia time, remember. So we're gonna get ready to go out, hang out with the family. Y'all, this is one last thing. One last thing, you guys, and I promise I'm out of here. Even though I know you guys don't mind that I'm here, right? Nikki B says, thank you for sharing. And thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. One more thing is that I love, I love living in the future. Oh my gosh. I love living in the future, you guys. Wait. Let me finish what I'm going to say. Chrysalis says, I stay because you started sharing more interesting things. You're doing great. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, y'all, I appreciate the compliments. I appreciate the positive feedback. I appreciate all of it. I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. Really appreciate y'all. Um, I love living in the future. It is 4:20 p.m. my time. Central Standard Time is about 3 in the morning. And it's just so nice to be ahead, like 12 hours ahead of like Eastern time, because I don't have to rush. Like I have clientele and like business and stuff like that that's technically like based, you know, East Coast, Central Coast, whichever. And it's nice that I don't feel like I have to rush. And also my family and I, we get to actually spend quality time during the day. My hubby works pretty much at night mostly, overnight, but he's pretty much done sometimes like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. depends. And obviously after that he has to sleep, right? So he sleeps during the day, most of the day, but by the afternoon, we can do stuff, if anything, or we can spend some time together versus it being we're working in like all day, like 9 to 5, and then you barely have any time at the end of the night to do anything to spend time with them. So I really do feel like since moving here, I've been able to spend better quality time with family, with baby boy, with my husband, and all of that. It's just been nice, honestly. I can think of so many different reasons why I actually like living in the future. It feels like living in the future, but I really do. I really do, y'all. So that's all I have today. I'm gonna save I'm gonna save everything else for the next live. And so the next live maybe next week, Wednesday or Monday. I'll think about it. But I like the interaction that I had here at this time. So my lives may be more like in the afternoon, which is gonna be like your night while you're settling in, bedtime. You're supposed to go to sleep, but you're not really asleep. So it's gonna be around that time. But all right, you guys, I'm gonna jump off of here because I can keep going. And I'm Jamaican, and us Jamaicans will say, I'll see you later, like 10 times before we actually see you later. Okay. All right, Chrysalis. Thanks for being here, girl. And I will see you guys in the next one. Catch me on TikTok. On TikTok, I'm sharing random short stuff all the time, almost every few days or so. So catch me over on TikTok too. But I'll see you guys. Bye.